it's Lauren with Melbricks Travel Services, and I have been back from Greece for about a month now, a little over a month. And, life has been crazy, and I keep, wanting to keep up with these blogs and vlogs as much as I can, because I want to do a recap on how my trip went in Greece. So, let's start off. I had an amazing time, and a month later, I still miss it. I usually wear my necklace that I got there, but I'm not wearing it right now. I still want to move there. And I am going to move there. I just have to kind of figure out how to get there first, and how I'm gonna, sustain myself and so on and so forth, and how I'm gonna continue to run MTS as well as, other things that I do in my life. I went to Miami 2 weekends ago. So, as I said, I've been really busy since I've gotten back. So, talking about Greece, I loved Santorini. I absolutely loved it. I loved the people. I loved the environment. I do recommend going. I recommend spending a couple days there, maybe. So I spent 3 days, and that was good. I spent 3 or 4 days there. You usually don't need to spend more than that because, it is an island. If you want to spend more, it's very relaxing. So, spend as much time, but definitely spend at least 3 days there. In Athens, I loved the city of Athens. I want to live in Athens, actually. So if I could live, in Greece, it would be Athens, more than likely, just because then you can get on the different ferries and go and see all over Greece. You're, drive distance, boat distance from pretty much anything. So that's what I would do. I would spend a couple, like 6 days. I wish I could spend more. I was in a conference, though, for most of the Athens part of my trip. So I would spend a week because there's so much that Athens has to offer. Plus, then you could do day trips up to Delphi, Olympia, to the islands. You have so much to choose from in that situation, so I would definitely do that. Oh, another thing that happened, so I don't know if you guys can see. We can get the lighting out of the way. But I am a redhead now. Or like a red and blonde head, I guess. Yeah, I was kind of over the blonde, so I did that. We'll get my lighting back. One thing, so as an American going on to another country, I was always taught to be super respectful of different cultures and to, go with the flow. Just because things are different. You're going into a different country, it's not going to be the same as it is at home. I did see, and I was very upset. A lot of Americans were very disrespectful to the culture, and they were complaining, and, they wanted things to be the exact same way there that it is here. And that's unrealistic and not fair to the country. Right now, Greece is definitely going through a recession, and they have a lot of economic issues and a lot of other issues that are going on. And I thought it was very disrespectful for people to expect it to be, as high class or like as the same in the United States. It's not fair to them. And they have an amazing culture, and they're so kind, and they're so grateful. They're welcoming, they will pull you aside and feed you. In my first day in Greece, I had people legitimately save me. So I was very hurt by the fact that my fellow Americans were so disrespectful while they were in another country. You are literally a representation of America. When you go to a different country, the way you act is how the rest of us are portrayed. I don't want to have to go to another country and have them feel that I'm going to be a disrespectful person because somebody else that was from America was a disrespectful person. We are representatives of the United States. So if you're going to go to a different country and be disrespectful, please don't. Just stay here. everybody needs to understand that when you're in another country, you just go with the flow. Don't complain. Don't throw hissy fits. Just go with the flow, you know? So I was a little upset about that. I had it in multiple situations, both in Santorini and in Athens, where I saw fellow Americans being very, very, very disrespectful. And it really bothered me. Other countries such as Canada, who were like, oh, you're an American. Oh, you know, and that's not okay. It's not okay. Because Americans aren't that bad. If you get to know us and hang out with us, you know, we have our own little thing, but we're not that bad. And we definitely should represent the great things that America has to give, not just bad attitudes and entitlement. So please, if you're going to another country, do not be entitled. Please, no matter what age group you are, don't do it. Just be cool and nice and go with the flow. But besides that, I had an amazing, amazing, amazing time. I recommend everyone should go, definitely. Nothing was cooler than being able to say that you sat in the amphitheater that democracy was invented in. I mean, that is a pretty awesome thing to do, and I did get to do that. The opening ceremony for the ASTA conference actually took place in the original amphitheater where democracy was invented, and it was so cool. It can fit 5,000 people, and every year they have like a music festival in the summertime in that amphitheater. So apparently they've had a lot of famous people play in it, like Elton John, multiple others, but it's a really awesome thing that they do every single summer. The Acropolis with the Parthenon on top, of course, is a must-see. The Hilton, I didn't stay at the Hilton. It was where the Astra conference was. I personally did not think that it was someplace I would stay, just due to the fact that I want to be around more culture, and so little boutique hotels or Airbnb, not Airbnbs, but bed and breakfast and stuff. That's kind of more my style, just because I get to be around more of the people. I understand why people do stay at the Hilton. It was a beautiful property. The top roof where you could see the whole city, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so that was my Greece trip. Amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I definitely recommend everyone should go. If you guys have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media. You can definitely ask questions if you guys have anything you want to talk to me about, any places you want to have more knowledge on. Give us a call or, message us. We definitely will respond to you. My Florida trip, so I don't know if any of you had seen in the news, but in Miami, or in the Doral area in Miami, one of the Trump hotels were shot up, the lobbies were, and I definitely was having my conference at that hotel, and we weren't staying there, but there definitely was a lot of the other conference people that were, and some of the people in the conference actually talked to the guy that shot up the hotel. Super crazy. Thought it was very intense. They ended up having to postpone the conference for until 1 o'clock the next day. We were supposed to start at 7 or something like that, and Mom and I were up, and all of a sudden we got these text messages that were like, don't come here, and it was crazy because they had police officers stationed at different parts of the hotel, so anytime you wanted to get in, so we were Ubering, right, we Ubered to the hotel, from our hotel, and they wouldn't let the Ubers in. You had to walk, and you had to be on a list, and if you weren't on the list to get in the hotel, they would not let you in. They had security up everywhere. It was crazy. Nobody got hurt, thank God, but it still was intense. The guy got shot in the knee, I guess, so he kind of did get hurt, but not like bad or anything. And one of the police officers did break his wrist, so, but when we talked to the police officers later, they said he was fine. It'll just take a little while to heal, but other than that, nobody was like really hurt. I don't know what happened to him besides that he went to the hospital, and I'm assuming he's going to jail, which would make sense because he did shoot up one of the president's hotels. We have some traveling coming up in the next few months. We'll be going to Vegas for a conference. I'm supposed to be going to San Antonio here pretty soon. And some other like random places. So we'll have more like adventure stuff. We're actually kind of got a lot going on lately. We've got a lot of stuff in the works, so that will be fun to announce when we get all of that ready. But other than that, I think I really don't have much else to say. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will get back to you. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but I will talk to you next week. And follow all of our social media. Follow our Instagram, because we do post a lot of stuff on there. And that's Melberg's Travel Services, LLC. And we will follow you back. So follow us, we'll follow you back. I will talk to you all next week. Bye. Compare